everybody, welcome to BrickVault. My name is Mike and today it is our another weekly MOCs update video. 10 MOCs from least favorite to my most favorite one. As usual, we have some Star Wars stuff, some one cool vehicle and of course some robots. At the end of the video I will be showing your creations that you have sent to us for this week's video. So without too much more talking, let's start off right now. And of course, as always guys, all the links to all those cool creations can be found in the video description below. And to start off this week's list, number 10 is a build for a very famous, well-known guy called Droopy by JBF. And just by looking at it, you would say, that is a really cool build for this probably the coolest dog in all the cartoons. As you know, he was always having this very calm impression, and generally he was never a very energetic guy. The build captures the entire look of the character amazingly, and especially the pose works so well with this funny I'm so happy sign. I was a big fan of Droopy back in my days of childhood, and I really enjoyed seeing this guy in a full mock form. So definitely thumbs up, a very good build. And at number 9 we are moving into the Pokemon world with this great build for Shahrazad by Liskur. I have to say that I am not a big Pokemon fan, but this build captured my eye immediately. And the color theme for this guy works very well both in his cartoon form and in this Lego build. The dark blue and orange just work very well. But what is really appealing for the eyes is the shape for his amazing head and the actual bursting fire on his tail. The overall use of pieces is really good, especially for the skeleton for the wings and the claws for his hands and feet, and again especially the eyes on his head and his mouth expression work wonders in this build. He doesn't seem to be a very big of a build, so I guess if the designer ever supplied the LDD file or any form of instructions, that would be a great cheap to build display piece on your desk. And number 8, or should I say BB8, is our famous and cutest, possibly the cutest droid in all the universe. That is of course the BB8 by Pangran Panda, and this time around we have him in different forms. That has to be one of the coolest approaches to this very well-known character, and I think it may be actually inspired by the new Brickheads line. But anyway, we have BB8 in the forms of Hello Kitty, Princess Leia, Flash, Captain America, Darth Maul, Iron Man, Chewbacca, Yoda, the actual BB8, Batman, R2-D2 and Ash from Pokemon. Does that mean I have to catch them all? Well, I guess so, because I would certainly love to have every single one of them on my desk right now. Because with all certainty we are trying to get parts for a bigger form of BB8, but this line of small BB8s for a desk display would be actually a much better idea, I guess. And if I was asked to pick my favorite from the line,
a wise choice this one would be.
And now for something completely different, because what would my MOCs episode be without a robot build? That is the so-called Lego robot by Piroshi Lego. And what is really cool about this build is that the creator is a quite creative one and posts this robot in various different positions with different movement versions and different attacks. And I believe the main weapon of this robot is his laser eye, I should call it that way, and he can use it in various different ways. Some of these are quite funny, but some of these are also quite volatile. He even received one of those sponsored gags and probably was taking part in some sort of a race. His owner or perhaps driver is not having an easy time handling this thing, but I hope he is okay. He's just a Lego minifigure after all. Anyhow, I really love this build. The number of creative positions the creator achieved was highly appealing to me, and definitely the use of fire and other transparent orange pieces for various explosions and laser shots was just an awesome addition. So there you go, I passed that tradition that there is always some kind of a robot in my mock videos. And the number 6 is a very detailed build coming from the tourney contest by W. Navarre. This build got very high up in this challenging contest, and I have to say that is one massive detailed diorama. The idea behind this is to present an epic battle between the final contesters, and this thing is nothing short of epic. Not only we have this amazing build for the mine, but the part most appealing to the eyes is definitely this fire damage. This seems like a very dynamic scene. The wooden construction is just falling apart with those flames here and there. I especially love the use of black pieces for the burned wood effect, and there is even a mine cart railing broken in half and one of the cards falling down. If that is not epic, I don't know what is. Anyhow, the build fits the category last man standing perfectly, and I do not really know who won the contest, but this one would be a pretty good bet. And number 5 comes from a different contest. That is the Green Lounge from the Iron Builder contest made by Jonas Kram. The main idea behind every round of this contest is to use somewhat unusable, so to speak, part in custom Lego builds. The part we are speaking of this time is this green grass piece from Lego Duplo, I believe. And I can honestly put a lot of cool builds in this spot right here, but this one caught my eye because of the detailing and the actual atmosphere of this beautiful scene. This noble room has everything you should expect from a noble room like that, and the part we are speaking of can be seen in the picture frame on the left, also right above the window, and it is also incorporated into the swivel chair. A very subtle use of the part, but even without it, the build is simply amazing. If you want to see more of the creative builds from the Iron Builder contest using this exact part, you should definitely check this designer's Flickr page. And right now I do feel like having a match of chess in this beautiful room. And guess what? Number 4 is another mechanical build, that is the LEGO Mech Octopus by no one else but Mitsuru Nikaido. I showcased his builds numerous times for a good reason, because he doesn't cease to amaze. And this one is not only a very cool mechanical figure, but also a great display piece with its own stand that is made from this octopus liquid. This is one of those creative creations I could stare at for hours and still be baffled by the simple idea and great execution. Also, the color theme works great here. Dark bluish gray, light bluish gray and red just go together so well, with the black splash breaking the colors of the scene perfectly. As expected, you can position the tentacles of the octopus in different ways, but even if they were stationary, the build looks very dynamic thanks to the actual pose. And of course, if you really like Mitsuru's style, you should check out his Flickr page, because he also added a mock called Lego Mech Limbs, which certainly does not lower the quality of his builds. Pretty amazing overall. Alright, let's move into the top 3, and number 3 is a very good question that all of us can ask. Who would I be without Lego? By Revan New. And this build is, at least for me, very into my alley, I guess, because as an adult who works full-time with Lego, I can definitely relate to this question. Lego is a really big part of my life now, and I can't even imagine how it would be without all those fancy bricks. In this amazingly detailed scene, Revan not only asks the question, but also answers it in a very creative way. Pretty much you can see all the items that you would expect in an adult fan's Lego studio room. Looks pretty much close to what we have here at BrickVault, but what really touches the essence of the question is those small portraits on the wall behind Revan, because they show Revan's ideas on how his life would look like if it wasn't all about Lego. So he says he would be most likely sitting around all day behind a computer screen in a very grey and dull office. Well, that's what we do, except the fact we are surrounded by Lego, so it's not so grey here, believe me. He may have also had a chance to train hard maybe and become a bodybuilder or a very fit person. Or maybe he would be even traveling on hiking somewhere in the high mountains. But anyhow, I don't think he regrets his decision, and I think he really enjoys his life as an adult Lego fan. When from my perspective, it is really hard to regret working full-time with Lego. But aside from this story, this build provides a really high quality of building. All the furniture for this scene was made very well. I especially love the chair design with this open back frame, and pretty much every single piece of this set, including the toys and the table and these cabinets, are just amazingly well done. It kind of inspires me to maybe create a BrickVault part of the studio in the same scale of build as Revan's build. I think that would be pretty awesome to have here in the office. And moving up to number 2, we have some superhero theme right here. This is the AntMan redesigned by D.Niel. And this high up rank is mostly thanks to the amazing use of some pieces, and due to the fact that this version seems to be an enhanced version of AntMan, which is, by the way, one of my favorite superhero characters. As you can see, that seems to be some kind of a heavy-duty AntMan, armored AntMan, I would say, because the original version is not so beefed up. This bionicle style of build is really appealing to me, and not only it captures the color combination of the original character very well, but it is also a very high quality build, if I may say. As expected from this type of Lego figure, you can pose the AntMan in various different positions, and I also like the fact that most parts of his armor are somewhat shiny, which makes for this glorified hero look. So overall, I think that's not the AntMan we wanted, that's the AntMan we needed, or something like that. Okay, and are you guys ready for number 1? Because this week brings something really epic. I can say it's a semi-truck, and the full name would be Peterbilt 379 and a Polar Tanktrailer in a 1/13 scale by Bricks on Wheels. And my god, I have to say, this is one of those massive convention builds, and somewhat customized with chrome pieces, but this thing is truly epic. What we have here is a massive build for a semi-truck, and not only it is fitted with those chrome pieces I mentioned, but also it uses the brick stuff lights to to make it go light here and there. You can find some amazing images on the Flickr page for this build, and there's also a short video showing the lights action in full glory. I am not a big fan of trucks or trailers for that instance, but I really like the sight of those massive American trucks rolling on the freeways, and believe me, that is a sight to behold, and I think I can say the exactly same thing about this build. I've been doing some aircraft modeling back in the days, and I can honestly say that a scale of 1 to 13 is a pretty massive one. This build of course features a fully flashed out interiors along with the beautiful engine, and in all honesty, from afar it does not look like Lego at all. This thing definitely took a while to build, and this is also not the first such quality build from this builder, and by saying that I really encourage you to check the bricksonwheels Flickr page for more of their epic builds, and perhaps a beautiful kitty here and there. And that is our wrap, guys. Those are the 10 best MOCs for this week that I found to be my favorites, and I really hope you enjoyed this selection. But now it is the time to show off your creations that you have sent to our BrickVaultfanmocs email, and also I really encourage you to keep sending them, because we really enjoy showcasing your cool stuff. The rules and the email to submit your MOC can be found in the video description below. Please follow the rules. So without too much more talking, thank you so much for watching. Remember to click like and subscribe buttons if you enjoy our content. My name is Mike, I'll see you again on BrickVault, and let's cue the music for your MOCs.